Hey Queens, I've been having so much fun the last couple of weeks discovering bags in my collection that I have not yet worn. So I've been in this cutie for about a week and a half. So I wanted to come on here real quick and just talk about this bag. So let's get into it. Hey, Andrea, and welcome to my channel. If you've been here before, welcome back. Over here, the people who know me know that I like what I like, but I'm allergic to full price. So if that sounds like you, go ahead and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you know whenever I upload new videos. But let's get into this beauty right here. So guys, this is the Coach Borough bowling bag in the color chalk. And I picked this bag up, I want to say last summer. Let me pull my tablet out and take a look at my order history so that I can tell you for sure when I grabbed this bag. So I ordered this bag on July the 31st of 2024. So I got this on the summer sale. It was at the outlet and it was $170. I believe retail for this bag was like $450. So it was more than half off by the time I picked it up. I had originally wanted it in the dark lime and the first color, I don't know if it was camel or it was like a brown color. Don't remember what Coach called it. But I wanted it in those two colors initially, but they sold out super quick and I just wasn't able to catch them on sale. So when this one went on sale, I went on ahead and grabbed it. I also grabbed a corner zip wristlet with this purchase. It did not match this bag, but I got it for something else. And the total with tax included on everything was like $214.57. So really good deal, especially for a retail bag and an SLG. So let's go ahead and get into it. I'm going to start with the basic with the measurements. So this bag is 9 inches in width, 5.7 inches in height, and 3.7 inches in width. It is glove tan leather. As you can see, it has minimal branding on it. There's just like a little Coach New York stamp on the front. There is branding on the hardware, so even the most minimally branded pieces from Coach still have branded hardware. So I don't see it on here, but there is branding on the shoulder strap. We'll get into that later. But I don't see, there's not any Coach branding here. Normally there would be something right here, but they didn't put it on this bag. This bag does not have a back pocket, nor does it come with feet on the bottom, but I have my handbag heels on here. As you can see, they aren't completely straight, but they're serving their purpose. So I decided this bag was just so cute and nice in its simplicity that I didn't want to do too much. And because these handles are leather, you had to be really creative about how to attach charms to this bag. So I have like a ring from another charm that I took off and then attached this Coach teddy bear charm to it. But then I had this little animal print tassel from something else that I don't remember where it came from that I thought would look nice with this. So I just attached it to the Coach charm and just put them on here. So let's get on the inside of this bag so I can show you guys what fits. And I will go ahead and put some shots above so you can see how it's packed. I am going to admit that I do have this bag packed kind of tight. So as you can see on top, I have my earbuds. I'm using 2 carry-alls in this bag. So the first one that I have is my Coach sketch print corner zip wristlet. This has gold hardware on it, and I have in here a Fenty lipstick, a tinted lip balm, my compact, a straw, eye drops, Burt's Bees Vanilla Bean lip balm, and just a little container with some extra shrimp Tylenol. I almost dropped them. And this really, the way I have this filled, it's like really bulky. I think it's because of these lip gloss that I have in here, well, the Fenty lip balm. So it is bulky, and I have to arrange these things just so in order for everything to fit and close up without any issues. But there it is, zipped back up. Stick that back in there. And then I also have my Louis Vuitton mini pochette in here. And then here I have gum, hand sanitizer, lotion, Kleenex, and 724. So I could use a smaller lotion if I wanted to. Like I have some of those small, like sample size Nivea lotion tins. So that would actually make more sense in this mini pochette, especially in this bag. But that's not what I chose to pack. So this pouch is also a little bulky, as you guys can see. You got stuff kind of poking out, but it doesn't affect the zipper really. It just means that it's going to take up more space in this bag, which is already not that big anyway. And I'm putting things back in the bag as I show you what's in it, just so that I can demonstrate how easy it is, even though it's packed, getting stuff in and out. Like, because of the size of this bag, one thing that I notice is your stuff doesn't move around. So if I take one thing out, the other remaining items don't fall out of place. They kind of stay put. So that's a good thing. It makes it easier to grab your items. But I have my key ring in here. Y'all saw it was kind of like tucked in on the side. And then I have my phone case. Y'all know I'm a one-woman operation, still pretty small, so I film on my phone. So the case is in here. And then I have my coin pouch. This is one of those Amazon coin pouches I told y'all about, just some coins. And then in this particular bag, and this isn't something that I do very often, and y'all know this if y'all been watching my what's in my bag and review videos, I typically don't use like the pockets on the inside of the bag, but I felt like I needed to with this one. So in this snap pocket, I have my card case, and it's also the sketch print. My ID is on the back. Before we move on, I wanted to remind you guys that my free ebook is now available. It's called 5 Tips of Purchasing Pre-Loved Luxury Online. It's a quick, simple read designed to help you shop with confidence, save money, and avoid getting scammed. It is pinned in the comments. It's also in my description, and it's in my bio. So go ahead and download it if you don't have it already. And that's all I have in here. And as you can see, it zips up nicely with no issues. Y'all may have noticed this little thing hanging off of here. So this is a chain strap extender, and I actually put this on the zipper pull because one of the things that I don't like about this bag, and this is a perfect segue into getting into the things I don't like. One of the things that I don't like about this bag is that I don't like the zipper pull. I think it goes with the bag. Aesthetically, this was the right choice. But because this is chalk leather, I'm just afraid, number one, that my hands, just grabbing it and using it all the time, the oils, dirt, whatever, if your hands aren't clean every time you zip or unzip your bag, you take the risk of getting it dirty. And we'll talk about cleaning this bag in a few minutes, but that's just something I didn't want to have to worry about. The other thing is the length of this zipper pull is short, so that when you open it up, you literally your hands have to go in between the top handles in order to open and close it. I didn't like that either. So I attached this handbag strap extender to the zipper pull just to give it a little more length, so that I can do it like that and not have to have my hands and arm in between there while I'm zipping it up. And then I just kind of tuck it inside of the shoulder strap hook, D-ring for the shoulder strap, so that it's just not in the way. But the second thing that I don't like about this bag is the opening. It's really deceiving because the zippers go almost all the way down to the bag. So you would think that the opening would be generous, but it's not. It's really tight getting in and out. Like, you really have to force this bag open in order to get in and out of it. And it's because this is a structured bag. So even though Coach calls this a bowling bag, and it does have a bowling bag shape, to me, in my opinion, this is more of a like, what can I say? This is more like a camera case. And I believe Julie from Agent Bag Reviews talked about that in this video. To me, this bag is like a camera bag with top handles. Even though it's shaped like a bowling bag, it doesn't have the depth or the what's the word I'm looking for? Fluidity isn't the word, but it's not as deep or as malleable or flexible as a bowling bag, like the bowling bags that I would think of. Because it does have structure. So I'm gonna take everything out so that y'all can see the inside of this bag, because it is gorgeous, but it needs to be empty so that I can show you guys what I'm talking about. Okay, so now that it's empty, you see it's squishy. It does have some give, but the way it's constructed around the sides, the structure is more on the sides than on the center and bottom of the bag, which means that it's gonna always keep the structure. It'll never like fall in or puddle into itself, but that also means that it's just not the easiest bag to reach into and pull out what you need. So the opening is a bit tight, so that is a negative. The other thing that may or may not be an issue for this bag, just depending on, is the color. So this chalk bag does get color transfer. I wore this bag with some dark denim jeans, and these are jeans that I've had for years that should not be bleeding or anything, and there was still some color transfer on this bag. The good thing about it is, though, it was a day or two before I even noticed it, and I just took a baby wipe, an alcohol-free baby wipe, and it came right off. So this bag will get color transfer, but it does wipe off clean. I wouldn't use anything with alcohol or anything really heavy, just water really, or like I said, an alcohol-free baby wipe, and the color transfer does come off. The inside of this bag is completely leather lined. So it's leather on the inside and out. Y'all can see that it's that beautiful peanut butter colored leather. Just gorgeous, gorgeous. And then it just has this one pocket on the back. It's a snap pocket, and like I said, I have my card case in here. My card case is a little tall, so because of that, it doesn't I can't snap it closed with my card case in there. But this bag has been a joy to carry, despite the fact that the zipper pull is not long and that the opening isn't really that wide, and it's kind of tight. It's been a joy to carry. It is super cute. Even when it's packed the way I had it packed, it doesn't get really heavy. I'm gonna go ahead and put some eye shots up so that y'all can see what it looks like on me. But as you can see, like, it's really cute as a top handle, and that's how I wore it most of the time. I wore it as a top handle or like in the crook of my arm, because I think this bag really is best as a top handle, despite the fact that it doesn't come with feet. And that's one of the things another thing that I don't like about this bag, that I don't know if I mentioned, the fact that it didn't come with feet, especially with a bag this color. I just think this color silhouette bag should have feet on it. But anyway, it does come with a long, thick, detachable crossbody strap. So here's how it looks on me at the shortest setting. I didn't wear the crossbody strap, but I did keep it attached to the bag on the shortest setting, just so that I could have it if I needed it. I did find myself throwing it on my shoulder once or twice when I was in a rush, and this is what it looks like on my shoulder. But I never wore it as a crossbody. But guys, this bag is a really cute bag. I think it is super nice. I don't know. Well, let me say, I know I would not have paid retail $450 for it. Is it worth $450? I think it's probably worth $350. But $450 would be a stretch. But it is a really nice bag, leather in and out, super cute, super easy to carry, super fun, and it looks good plain. So this is one of those bags that obviously would look super cute dressed up, but it also looks cute plain. So I think that I got a good deal on this bag, and even though it took me a long time to move into it, I'm glad that I finally did. This will probably be one of my more frequent carries, but something that I did not plan on discussing in this video, but I think I need to go ahead and mention it, is that y'all see that I have the handbag heels on here. But for some reason, the handbag heels do not like this bag. I've used these handbag heels on numerous bags, but they keep getting lost on this bag. And it's this one particular magnet. I don't know where it is, but I noticed that the magnets that come with these handbag heels are super strong, and they will attach to anything, not just each other. So if you have any type of metal in your bag, the handbag heels, like on the inside of your bag, can move around and attach to anything you put in your bag, which means the feet on the outside will fall off. So I have my foot from the outside somewhere. I put it down just a minute ago, but I can't find the inside heel. It has attached to something in my bag, and I've taken everything out, and now I can't find it. So the inside part of the handbag heel had attached itself to my key holder, and it took me a minute to find it because it was on the inside. It's attached to that metal piece. So that's what I'm saying. These things work, but they work. So you have to be careful what you put on the inside of the bag, or place things strategically so that these metals don't attract, because they pull to each other too. So even if you don't have it right on the metal, even if you don't have these right on top of each other, if they're close enough together, this will pull to this. And this has happened numerous times in this bag, and I haven't experienced that when I've used these in other bags. So just something to just keep in mind. But anyway, guys, that is my review on the Borough bowling bag. Let me know in the comments if you have this bag, or if you caught it on sale, or if you paid retail for it. Thank you again for watching, and don't forget, if you're going to get it anyway, you may as well save a few coins. Talk to you later. Bye.